For several weeks, the Biden administration has blocked FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, from helping clean up the toxic waste dump in East Palestine, Ohio, after that train derailment and the massive fire that spread toxic chemicals throughout the entire town. That was until Donald Trump announced that he's going to be visiting the disaster site. And then within just a few hours, miraculously, the Biden administration announced that they're going to be issuing federal resources for East Palestine train derailment support. What a shocker. But Pete Buttigieg, the Secretary of Transportation, says, this sort of thing happens all the time. Why is everybody so worried about it?
Look, rail safety is something that has evolved a lot over the years, but there's clearly more that needs to be done because while this horrible situation has gotten a particularly high amount of attention, there are roughly 1,000 cases a year of a train derailing.
Yeah, most of those are just like minor derailments where a train just like kind of slips off the track because, you haven't been maintaining those tracks. It doesn't involve a massive chemical spill and a fire and turning an entire town into a toxic waste dump. Even the Young Turks can't believe that Pete Buttigieg is this incompetent.
In response to growing pressure from members of his own party, following a spate of train derailments, Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg has been pretending as if he has really no power to regulate the rail industry and prevent some of the terrible derailments that have occurred recently, including the one in East Palestine, Ohio.
Yeah, not only that, but the media is blaming, and Pete Buttigieg himself, blaming Donald Trump. I know this seems like a meme, like it's photoshopped, mocking how the liberal media blames Donald Trump for everything, but they literally do. And what he did is he blocked spending that would have required special kind of brakes to be put on trains. That wasn't what caused this. It wasn't the brakes, it was the axle. So if anything, Donald Trump blocking spending money on these brakes should have actually helped because that money could have been spent to actually maintain the tracks, which, then wouldn't have caused the axle to break. But the media is still blaming him, and they're starting to realize that, this is really Joe Biden and Pete Buttplug's fault. So now they're saying, well, both parties are to blame. This is MSNBC. Both parties are to blame for the train disaster in East Palestine, Ohio. There's the Daily Beast. The Trump administration is to blame in Ohio disaster. But, I guess so is Biden. I think what may have happened here is the Biden administration just kind of overlooked the East Palestine area because they're too white. They're focused on giving money for infrastructure, maintenance, and expansion into areas that are black or other people of color. So the census in East Palestine, the last one, it comes out every 10 years. The 2020 census apparently hasn't been posted yet. It probably just takes the government just 2 years to finally add up all of the figures that people mailed in. But the 2010 census shows that the demographics in East Palestine are 98.2% white. So, in other words, they don't care about them. They want to give that money and build the infrastructure up and maintain in communities of color.
Where do you see these dollars for construction going, and what do you think it's going to do to Black and brown communities?
This is really important. We're going to create billions and billions of dollars in economic opportunity, and we have to make sure that happens equitably. So let me talk about two parts of that. The first is where the investment.
Remember, it's not equality anymore. Equity is the new buzzword. They don't want equality. It's extra money, extra rights, extra privileges for anybody who's not white, anybody who's not white or straight.
Where are we going to fix the bridge? Where are we going to improve the road? Where are we going to lay the pipe?
Yeah, where are we going to fix the bridge? Where are we going to improve the road? Where are we going to improve the railroad tracks? Well, obviously, not in white areas. This isn't the railroad tracks in East Palestine, Ohio, but this is a set of tracks in Ohio, which is a predominantly white state, of course. How it's legal for a train to actually run down tracks like this is a mystery. But, We're living in an upside-down society, so shouldn't be surprised at anything. But if you're white and happen to live in Ukraine, then you're going to get plenty of money from the United States government, not only to defend your borders against Russia while they ignore our southern border, but our tax dollars are going to pay the pensions of people over in Ukraine.
And to deliver much needed humanitarian assistance as well as food, water, medicine, shelter, and other aid to Ukrainians displaced by Russia's war, and provide aid for those seeking refuge in other countries from Ukraine. It's also going to help schools and hospitals open. It's going to allow pensions and social support to be paid to the Ukrainian people so they have something in their pocket.
We're broke. We're bankrupt. We're not even able to pay barely the interest on the national debt, but we're paying the pensions of Ukrainian refugees. If you're a BIPOC, a Black, Indigenous, or person of color living in the United States, and you want to show support for white people, then order my new I Love White People shirt from my online store at markdice.com, or click the link in the description below. White people, you can order this as well, but wear this at your own risk. As you know, wearing this out in public in certain communities could be hazardous to your health. Certain people have impulse control problems, and it could seriously cause you some unnecessary issues. So just be careful out there. Like all of my designs, it's available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check it out.